Hi guys, this is your girl Lishajoya. Welcome to my channel, and by the title you saw, I just found out my biological father, the one that helped to make me, passed away. And it wasn't recent either. It was like 2 years ago. And I personally don't know how to feel about that, to be quite honest. Um, he was never really there for me, and he never paid child support. He's the reason why we starved a lot. We had to dig for our food in trash cans. He's also the reason why my mother had to work 2 and 3 jobs just to take care of me. So I'm feeling all kinds of type of way. Part of me is like, it's the harsh reality because I'm angry. Is girl, bye. You know what I mean? But still my father. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to show respect to your family and your father and your parents, but I feel like I deep down inside I hope he changed for the better, and I hope that he went to heaven, despite of what he's done to me and the entire family, especially to me. um he was not the nicest person in the whole wide world. um let's just say his level of manipulation, he could have worked for the FBI and CIA. He was very good at that. Very good at making you feel like he was there for you 1 minute and then backstab you the next. I'm looking at this now as an adult, but I mean, I felt these kind of ways. But when you're young, you don't know how to express your feelings because you don't know what these feelings are. You don't know how to identify them when you're young. But he was also physically abusive. Um, it's a lot. I was in a foster home because he decided he didn't want to protect me, and I was in a foster home for 4 years. And he even submitted to the courts and didn't take, he had the opportunity of taking me and raising me and being a dad to me finally, getting me out of the foster system. But he decided he didn't want the responsibility of taking care of me and raising me. I went through many bouts of anger because of the mere rejection. Like, what did I do wrong to deserve to be rejected by my biological father? I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask for you to do the wee wacky woo, get my mom knocked up, and then my mom to birth me. I didn't ask to be born. Um, but you, as a father, you're supposed to take care of your responsibility, and that responsibility is me. After all, I'm the only surviving children my mother had. Um, so part of me is angry. I got more questions than answers. I don't know how he passed away. I just barely found his obituary on legacy.com. And there's no, I've searched for a few hours last night on how did he die, but the hints in his obituary sounds like he passed from cancer, and he was 70 years old. There's a lot of things that I can go on about and talk about in regarding like the anger and the pain of what he's done, but he's passed. And even when I tried giving him opportunities to clear his name, to talk about it, to clear the air, to uh, admit to stuff, he just would not give me any closure. He would not talk. He would gaslight me. He would evade the subject. So it's a lot of stuff. And I mean, I'm sad that he's gone. Yes, but I'm also not because of all the stuff that he's done in the past. He is a parent, you're supposed to protect your children no matter what. Even if you're not living, even if you're separated from your ex spouse or ex partner, at least, help to pay for things. I was hospitalized a lot because he wouldn't get me on his insurance that he had so I can get better. And because of all the times I was hospitalized, because he didn't pay for it, I had to use government services growing up. And I was hospitalized so much that they pumped so much antibiotics in me. Not only do I have a reaction now to antibiotics, majority of them, but I can't digest complex proteins because of it. Only if he got me on his insurance that he had to try to take care of me, um, for food and shelter and all that, he did not provide. The only he provided was $75 for my entire life. $75. And he left the raising to my grandmother, my Aunt Carolyn, who is my surrogate mother, and to my mother. And he wouldn't be a father. And it was only after I got out of the foster home that my late father, Dave, the one that decided to raise me, my stepdad by relation, that I that only when my now deceased father Dave passed, only when Dave was only involved in my life, only my biological father decided to want to be part of my life, only because another man was in my life, so to speak. And anyways, he was very abusive to my mother. He beat her, set her on fire, literally set my mother on fire while she was pregnant with my brother, who did not make it, by the way, who would have been my older brother, Timothy. Um, he financially abused her, made her walk out pregnant in the snow to get him beer. Um, just some ugly stuffs that he's done. And then when I was 18, he moved to my town and I helped him get an apartment. I hooked him up with my friends as roommates so they could split the rent and not pay so much. He decided to get all drunk and insult my whole family. My grandmother who raised me, um, he insulted my aunt Carolyn, my aunt Bobby, he insulted my mother. I mean, calling them all kinds of horrific names like whores and sluts and and then basically he tried to hit me. He literally tried to hit me and I beat his ass. I mean, I'm 18 years old at this point, and um, he got pissed off. He hurried up and moved out. And when I went to go clean up the apartment for him, I found my pictures in the trash when I was little. Think pictures that he withheld from my mother. I don't have any too many pictures of me when I was little. And he did that as well. He would not give me any closure. And he tried to hit me. But I'm the only female he cannot hit. I am the only female he could put his hands on. Because I will whip your butt. Don't even try hitting at me. Anyways, so after that incident, when I almost got him with a frying pan, a hot frying pan at that, I had, see, Randy, my ex fiance Brad, I had my friend Michael, Angie, my ex girlfriend Lahoma, oh yeah, Mike, Randy, oh, and John. So I had 6 people trying to hold back a 90 something pound woman soaking wet at that time with a hot frying pan that my ex fiance was frying, I think it's eggs or something. It was breakfast time. And the fucker tried to hit me and I beat his ass. And I almost grab that frying pan, but they managed to dislodge it out of my hand in the nick of time in mid swing, and then he hightailed it. Then he took a $5,000 bribe from my step grandmother Ramona to leave me, and he took it and left all my pictures that he withheld as ransom against my mother and left them in the trash. So that shows me how he valued me, because I'm the only woman that he can't put his hands on. He has no power over. And you can imagine the yelling, screaming match. Imagine how my mouth is now. It was 10 times worse when I was younger. Every other word was the F word, and every other word was a B word. Yes, I was calling him the B word, and I don't think he liked feeling this small. So he's gone. And then in 2005, after I married my late husband, we went to Las Vegas to go visit him. And I tried getting the closure from him in 2005, and he still gaslighted me and um, didn't want to give me the answers. And here I'm more of an adult now. I'm in my 20s at this point, and he wouldn't give me the answers that I sought. So I gave up on even trying to have a relationship. I blocked his phone number, and I was done. And he had many opportunities to find me. He had my old phone number, he had my old address. Um, he had every other opportunity to find me and to have a relationship with me. But I decided at the end it was best for no contact, because I was going to say something I was going to regret. And um, so time has passed, and I just barely found out last night that he died. And I've grown up since then, but I still feel the anger of him not protecting me and me being in the foster home for 4 years because he couldn't protect me, and he had the opportunity to take me into custody and not have to be thrown into the foster system for 4 years. I could have been in his clutches, and I could have been raised by him, but he chose to evade his responsibility. And it makes me feel like, what did I do as a child to be so fucked up to him that he didn't want to raise me? Then I realized as I got older, I did nothing wrong. Then the anger really started rising up inside of me, and I went to some counseling for it. And I'm at that point where I'm okay. But I just found out, it's very fresh that he passed away, and it was 2 years ago. So I'm feeling all kinds of way, to be honest. I really hope he went to heaven, though, even though I'm incredibly angry. I don't forgive him. That's something I'm going to be straight away. I don't forgive him because, but I forgive myself. You know what I mean? But I don't forgive him because I didn't do anything wrong. He's the one that did the wrong and would not clarify all the stuff that he's done in the past. Plus, he's abusive. He's tried to do other bad things, and he's done other bad things. And I can't quite disclose that right away because I don't know the words on YouTube that bans words. He's done a lot of really horrible stuff, and he would not own up to it. So, part of me wants to tell him to rot in hell. Part of me wants to forgive him, but I am not forgiving him right now. It's going to take some time to work through that. Um, I just my my aunt knows about this. We discussed this last night. My aunt Carolyn is the one that basically has been my surrogate mother. Has been there for me, and I can just be my complete self. I can tell her exactly how I feel and word it the way I want, in the way I need to, where I don't feel stuffed up inside. I talk to my fiance about how I feel and what happened, and I'm very fortunate to have a support system while I'm still processing all of this stuff. So, and I'm not even, I did not share one tear. I'm going to be straight honest. I did not shred one tear. But when my dad, Dave, my stepfather, the one that raised me, who didn't have to raise me, I cried my eyes out for him, but not for the biological father when I found out last night. And I'm still crying over my stepfather, but not my biological father. Because Dave, he could have walked away from my mother and said, I'm not raising your child. But he's like, nope, challenge accepted. And I was an angry teenager because I was in a foster home when I met him first. And I was angry because my mom was just going through another divorce with um, a guy named Michael. That's all I'm saying. Who looked more pregnant than a pregnant woman, by the way. There's a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. But I want to do an edited video and not a live one. But I'm angry. You know what I mean? Because he did not even give me the closure I deserve. I didn't do anything wrong. I was a child in this relationship. And he had the nerve to just go on with his life. I mean, who can do that? Who can really live with secrets and not tell the truth or not own up to it or not apologize? At least get an apology. I didn't even get an apology. How dare he? You know, like I said, I didn't ask to be born, okay? I didn't ask. You just kind of put me on the map. But I did not deserve all this bullcrap because of your anger and your lies and your slander and your abuse, you know? I mean, like I said, my biological father was physically abusive to the point he destroyed my lower back. He did it on my birthday, above all days. And he beat me with a belt so hard on my birthday. I had a welt on my spinal, right, that bone right above the pelvis bone. I had bruise there for a very long time. And I was so scared of him for a while too, that when he came to come get his visits, I literally ran under my bed and I hugged onto the post. And it took 6 people, 6 grown adults, to take an 8-year-old from under the bed. I was scared of him for a while. And then for that incident to happen when I was 18 years old, for me to be not afraid anymore, I took his power away, and I think that's the reason why he left. And he got bribed $5,000 to leave me, and he threw my pictures in the trash, and that hurt. It actually riled up my anger, more or less. So now I found out he's gone. I'm kind of like, good riddance, goodbye. You're gonna answer for what you've done, or didn't do, or you should have done. But part of me is like, that's my dad. You know, genetically, that's half of me. And I pray to God I am not even close to as crappy as that. I'm not a liar. I don't like lying about things. I hate lying. My mother instilled the telling the truth part inside my system. I mean, my mom would get on me about telling the truth. If I told a lie, shit's lie detector. My mom was the ultimate lie detector. And so I just find it ironic that my mom died 2 months after he did, or roughly close to 2 months after he did. They died close together in their deaths. So I'm feeling all kinds of type of way. I'm feeling a little bit of anger. I'm feeling a little bit of like relief. I know it sucks to say that, but that's the ultimate truth for what the evil this man was. My biological father was so evil. A drunk ass evil mother fucker, liar, manipulator, a gaslighter. He wanted to do all kinds of crazy shit. And to the point that you, as a child, you would be reaching out to him, but he would never reach out to you. So I just was very grateful. I kept thinking about my dad, Dave, my stepdad, the one that raised me, and I kept thinking how fortunate and blessed I was to have a man like that to show me how a man was supposed to be. Because this biological father that's now real dead now, I mean, he would never have shown me what a real man would have been. Loving, caring, kind. No, this biological father was showing me a man was supposed to be abusive and a jerk and a manipulator and a liar, and I was supposed to take care of that. I won't forget what my biological father told me when I was in high school. He said that I would never amount to anything. I deserved to be barefooted and pregnant. I will never graduate high school. But yet I didn't go to my own graduation. I actually had my first day of college on the day of my graduation. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that this man did. A lot of Indian giving stuff. He would give you stuff and then take it back and said he only let you borrow it. He would manipulate the situation. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to talk to you guys about, but like through an edited video. It's a lot of stuff. And sadly, genetically, I got his freaking unibrow, which pisses me off. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh. Anyways, so I'm feeling all kinds of way. All I'm asking is that you would pray for me, lift me up on a higher frequency, pray, meditate, whatever it is, send positive thoughts, whatever you believe in or whatever you don't believe in, send positivity my way. Because I'm processing this stuff. It's a lot to process on a person that was never really there for you. And you don't want bad things to happen to them, but yet you do. You want people in your life to repent and be truly sorry when they've done you wrong so you can move on and forgive. You know that people are not perfect, period. I'm not perfect. I wish I was, but I'm glad I'm not at the same time. Because I get the chance to make mistakes and keep learning and not have to know everything. But my point is like, I wish he was man enough just to say, yes, I did this. And I'm truly sorry. At least just to me. Because after all, I'm the child in this relationship between me and him. And he would never give me that. Why did he not put me on his insurance when I could have been in a hospital and getting treatment for my constant pneumonia? When I got into the car accident and I was in a full body cast. Why wasn't he there for me? Why did he not visit me in the hospital? Oh yes, I was in a very bad car accident when I was younger, and I broke my right arm, my collar. My mom saved my life actually, and the reason why my collar got broken because she went like this. She went like this, and went across my chest because I was so little, and she prevented me from going through the windshield. But my legs got broken, my right arm got broken, a collarbone. I still get pain in my collarbone to this day. But he never paid for any insurance for it. He never visited me in the hospital. No, nothing. So part of me is just like, good riddance, goodbye. Part of me wishes that we could reconcile and we can talk it out, we can work it out, and we can talk about things no matter how painful it was, but he would never give me that. The only person, that only man that would give me that closure would be my stepfather, and he's not the one that did me any wrong. My stepfather, Dave, Was the only man to show me what a real man was supposed to be. So I can't even cry over this biological father. I feel a little angry. Oh, yeah, I'm angry. But I also feel relieved. I know it sucks to say it, but anybody ever has problems with people done you wrong and you find out they die, you're gonna feel like this too. It's the honest truth. It's the honest truth. Anyways, peace out. I'm out. I'm gonna go process this. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna meditate, and then I'll try to see you guys on the flip side. Peace.